The land for Franklin Park was set aside in the mid-1800s, and it was actually the site of the first Franklin County Fair, and then the site was expanded and it became the site of the first state fair. And then in 1895, the Palm House was constructed. It was actually based on a glass house that was on display at the Columbia World Exposition held in Chicago. When the Palm House was built in the late 1800s, I think the idea was that there are a lot of people in the community who may never have the opportunity to travel around the world, and so this was a way to bring the world to Columbus.
More than 100 years later, visitors are still drawn like moths to the Franklin Park Conservatory for a chance to go around the world.
The Franklin Park Conservatory, we're really a diverse sort of environment. We've got literally places and plants from across the world. Our Himalayan biome room is the only part of the conservatory which truly has the same seasons that we have here in Ohio. So it has a spring and a summer and a fall. The birch trees lose its leaves, the temperatures drop in there, and then it's the only place that truthfully has winter too. You can go in there and the side windows will be open all winter long.
Here in the Himalayas, a really great plant is this viburnum. It's odorissima, and its flowers are kind of small, but they fill the room with this really sweet sort of floral scent. Certainly when you walk through our buildings, you need to keep an eye open, high and low. If you walk by too fast, you'd probably miss this. This is the razzleberry, way up high in one of our high pockets, but look at how incredible the flowers are.
The next room is the tropical rainforest, and it's hot and humid. It's really dark. You gotta look for the leaves that have really unusual shapes and colors.
And the unusual shapes are to sort of keep the water from sitting on the leaf, which tends to make it rot or get moldy. One really fun thing here in the rainforest are the bromeliads. This one, underneath the Chartreuse giant, has this wonderful red, orange, hot yellow. They're great in this low light, high humidity condition.
And then you move into the desert. And it's warm, but it's that difference in humidity between the rainforest and the desert that make it so much more unusual. And in the desert, you need to look for how plants are sort of adapting to that really harsh, dry environment and how they stay alive in there.
A really fun plant that's currently in bloom is the Ceropegia woodii, which is the string of hearts. And here's its little flower. Here in the desert, a lot of plants have come up with different ways to get pollinators. Some are pollinated by moths, others are pollinated by flies, like this Stanthanella. Its flower is the color and has the fragrance of rotting flesh. And then we move to the Pacific Island Water Garden, and that room itself is very tropical, but it's really a different sort of tropical feel. It's where we have our butterfly display, which is fabulous and wonderful. Lots of nectar plants for them.
Yes, our butterflies are here about 6 months out of the year. They are here from around March through September. And we get thousands of butterflies in throughout the length of the exhibit. We get about 800 in every week. And we have varieties that come from Costa Rica, and we do get them from Africa, Asia, and a few are from here in the U.S. We get them bat wings, blue morphos, and we get in bird wings as well.
Besides butterflies, the conservatory has other animals as well.
The animals here at Franklin Park are actually partially a display, but the lories are a very excellent example of how animals are a part of the ecosystem because they help pollinate flowers because they only eat nectar and pollen. The macaws do serve a purpose. They help spread seeds throughout the rainforest around us. So when they'd be out in the wild, they'd eat a seed and maybe it'd pass through them. And when they go to another area, the seed would go to that area. And behind me, there's actually a pond full of koi. So there are a lot of wonderful animals here at Franklin Park Conservatory.
Another really wonderful space is the show house. And this sort of changes as the year goes along. Right now we've just sort of got it as this collector's garden. There's a lot of really unusual plants in here. It'll have orchids. And then of course there's the palm house, everybody's favorite. Lots of folks get married in there.
And Barb does mean lots. The Palm House does over $1 million worth of weddings and special events business each year, which is why they're expanding it.
Franklin Park Conservatory is in the middle of a fairly significant expansion, and it's a three-phase plan. Last year in June, we broke ground on phase 1, and that includes 2 Palm House additions that are historically balanced with the Palm House, a 4-acre community garden campus, and a 20,000 square foot greenhouse and research facility. And the Palm House additions are going to be really wonderful because they'll help the conservatory continue to grow its financial base. We'll have beautiful rooftop gardens, a new special event space called the Viridian, and then a beautiful world-class bride's garden.
In addition to the stunning variety of plants and animals, the conservatory also boasts another special collection.
After the 2003-2004 Chihuly at the Conservatory exhibition, the community, I think, was very inspired by the success of that show and how it really raised the profile of the conservatory. And the community came together and purchased that collection for Franklin Park. And we own the largest collection of Chihuly art glass in the botanical garden world. And so we've been working with Dale Chihuly and his studio to reimagine that collection. We have hundreds and hundreds of pieces. There are large installations, but of course they're made up of individual pieces of glass. So all of those pieces will be reimagined, and that show will start in September of 2009 and continue through the spring.
You could spend days exploring all the conservatory has to offer, and indeed many do. In fact, it's the repeat visits people make to the conservatory throughout the years that make the place so special. Barb Arnold remembers being asked to photograph one family's repeat visit.
Hey, can you take our picture? Sure, not a big deal. I get asked to take photos all the time. And they're standing there lining up, and I'm talking to the woman, and she's telling me to push this button, that button. She says, my husband and I had our first date here. Oh, that's nice. You know, we actually got married in the Palm House. Oh, wonderful. Good for you. Today wouldn't be complete if we weren't here in the park. Our adoption was made final. We were such a big part of her life that to have her new family standing in front of the Palm House, that's why plants are important. That's why the conservatory is important.